Hi guys. Okay, so today I want to just talk about special editions. Just about like what they are and if they're worth it. Now again, I'm gonna just say this as a blanket statement because I know anyone in my comment section being like, but what about this? This is all my opinions. And I'm just gonna say this, like special editions and book buying in general is very subjective. Honestly, like if a special edition is worth it to you depends entirely on your enjoyment of the series, how much you want to support the author, and honestly also like what you want your library to look like. I know a lot of people just won't buy a book because it's not pretty or it doesn't fit their aesthetic. So honestly, like, it's entirely up to you if you think a special edition is worth it or not. I'm just here to show you like what you can expect from different editions, as well as you can probably see my bookshelf is kind of empty because I'm going to just show you some of my special editions. So box sets. I'm going to insert that clip that I made a little bit ago into here about box sets. Box sets are typically all the books in a series that have similar covers in them. For example, the Sarah J. Maas books, I'm missing book number 2. But you can typically buy all 5 books in a box set with these covers. And it usually just comes with all 5 books. I also have the Percy Jackson hardcover, or box set, where book 1 is currently upstairs. But it has a cool design on the spines. You can also get these books, just like the other ones I'm going to talk about, individual, or you can get them all together. Sometimes the box set is a little bit cheaper than buying them all individual. It really just depends. But typically they don't have anything special in them. They're just a cool slipcase. This one has a picture of Percy. It's not really anything special. It's just a nice slipcase with all the books in usually matching covers. My Mistborn was in a box set. And so it has the old covers actually. And then they actually did come with a map. I need to frame it still, but it does. The box set I had gotten at least came with a map. And that was just the regular Barnes & Noble's box set edition that they had. So sometimes you can find box sets that do have a little something else in them, like my Mistborn ones did, but the majority of the time it's just going to be the regular paperback or hardback covers with like a slipcase to put them in, such as my Percy Jackson one. I do have the Mistborn one too. I just wanted to display the cover of Mistborn, so I don't have them in its case. But it's very similar to the Percy Jackson one. So if you wanted to buy the series as for a gift for someone, I definitely recommend the box sets. Just for the simple fact that they'll all be matching, and some of us really appreciate that in books. Another type of like not quite special editions would be sometimes if you buy a hardcover from a store, it's going to be very basic, kind of like these books, where it's just the naked hardback, with like the title and the author's name and maybe like the series title and the publisher and stuff on it. Other times, if you take the dust jacket off, you will find a little hidden treasure, such as like the Divine Rivals books that I have. This one is book 2, but book 1 is the same except it's black and the typewriter says Dear Iris instead of Dear Roman. See how pretty that is? I actually go back and forth between the hardcover, like the naked hardback, and the dust jackets, because I just think both of them are so beautiful. I know some people don't like the US version of Divine Rivals, but I love it. I love it so much. I think it's beautiful. But again, it's very subjective. Like, a lot of times, the UK versions of books are just generally prettier, in my opinion, than the US covers. But that's not always true, like in the case of Divine Rivals. Honestly, find the edition that you like and like it. So I went through box covers. I went through naked hardbacks. Some publishers now are doing this cool thing where the first print run of a book will have sprayed edges. Assistant to the Villain, or I guess Red Tower in general, all of the first editions, or the first print run of a book, has special edges. This book is interesting because it's paperback and has the pretty edges. So I had to show it. But they also did that with Fourth Wing, which has the dragons on the side. And then Iron Flame just has the black edges. As well as the holiday edition of Fourth Wing, which we'll get to in a little bit. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about is the Barnes & Noble's collections. They have like a whole bunch of different series. I believe that they're all classics, or like in the public domain, or most of them are. But they're just beautiful collections of the book. Inside is just what you'd get if you were just to buy the regular trade paperback or hardbacks. But the covers and then the end papers. Ooh. Are just gorgeous. I really like these. I have the Narnia ones and the Jane Austen collection, and they're beautiful. Okay, let's move on to special editions. Okay, so what can you expect in a special edition? So depending on the quality of the edition, you can expect a new cover. Almost every single special edition has at least a new cover. Some people like to just put in a new cover and call it a special edition, which is not my jam. But I mean, sometimes a new cover is better than the old cover, so you'll want it anyway. But I don't think it should be called a special edition, and I don't think you should charge extra. Like, you make it more expensive than the regular version if all you changed was the cover. But I mean, I digress. Some other stuff that you can find: a foreword by an author or another author in that same field, if the original author has passed away. You can find some editions are numbered, like some special editions only have like 1,000 copies or 2,500 copies, and then they're each numbered to show like authenticity. Some special editions are signed by the author themselves. Some include bonus content. Splayed edges, stenciled edges, which stenciled edges are just splayed edges with like designs in them because they were like stenciled in. Depending on the quality of the hardcover, because they're usually hardcovers, you'll have either like embossed or foiled hardcovers, or even some leather hardcovers with embossing or foiling. Some of them will come with special bookmarks or disc or book plates signed by the author. It really just depends on the publisher, on the author, on how expensive the book is. But let's go into some examples of some lower end special editions. Fourth Wing Holiday Edition came with a new desk jacket that is beautiful. I think I like the red better. It's the one that I have displayed behind me at all times. But it's beautiful. I do like that the sticker is removable. I'm just afraid of destroying it, so I haven't taken the sticker off. But I hate stickers that are stuck on permanently, like the fake permanent sticker. I hate those so much. Like that. This book does come with bonus chapters inside as well at the very end. And the edge pages are different. So the edge pages are just the page that connects like the hardcover to the book. I do wish that they had included the map, just like maybe on the next page. But they didn't. But I do like these edge pages. I just like maps in my fantasy books. Should I get it? This book isn't a full-fledged fantasy. It's more like a romantasy, but I still like maps in my books. I don't like how they charged more for the special edition than they do for the regular books. If you look on the inside of the hardcover, you'll see like this was $32.99, I believe, and this one was, I think it was $29. Yeah, $29.99. Even though it's only a couple of dollars more, I feel like they were both sprayed edges. And like the covers are the inside are the exact same. It's just Fourth Wing has 2 extra chapters, which I believe are now available on her website. But like other than that, they're exactly the same. I think they should have been priced the same. You could still say that it's a special edition, like the holiday edition, but like it doesn't have enough bonus content for me to be worth a price increase. Like, cause Iron Flame is already expensive enough. You don't need the extra money from Fourth Wing. Okay, rant over. If you want signed editions of books, a lot of times, if you live like in the same area as an author, they'll a lot of times go into like Barnes & Nobles and Books A Million and sign a bunch of their books. If you follow their like Facebook page, they'll usually say like, oh, I was at this store. They go to indie stores as well. Go in and check out some of the signed books I signed. Brandon Sanderson does this often. A lot of indie publishers or indie authors do this often. Another thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is A Curse for True Love did this, and House of Flame and Shadow did this, where depending on where you bought the book, you got different like epilogues. And the Sarah J. Maas one, I found out that Amazon didn't have it. And so I don't know if this is like a marketing ploy to get people to stop buying books from Amazon. In which if that is the case, then it makes a little bit more sense. But if that's not the case, it is ridiculous to expect people to buy 5 copies of your book just for a chapter. I don't know. I just don't like that. A lot of times special editions will have like really nice artwork inside. But my favorite... Okay. I have the Harry Potter... What is it? Mini Llama? Yeah. My Llama editions, and they are gorgeous. It has the embossed or foiled, I don't know what it is exactly, cover. It has beautiful spines, and when you connect, I only have the first 2 books. When you connect them, like that little thing goes across them, and I believe that's going to go across all 7 books. Then the Eacher's Tower, which I think is beautiful. Then the back is debossed, I believe is the correct term. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But the inside is where it's really fun. So every couple of pages, there's like a cool interactive thing. Like this one has that. And then there's Harry Potter's letter, which you can open up, which is really hard to do with just one hand. This is how I'm going to read the series to my kid when he's old enough. Okay. Not to like just rip everything out, but there's stuff like this all throughout the book, as well as just full page illustrations, colored little decals all over the place. There's also, in some spots, there's like drawings in it. Like, let me see if I can find one. Alright. So like this one has the pumpkin. I saw another one. This one has him on the broomstick playing Quidditch. They just littered throughout the whole book. So beautiful. pop-up chess set. More illustrations. It's just throughout the whole book. And they're just beautiful, gorgeous books. I believe they're, on the back it says $37.99, which to me, this is well worth the price, just because of all the interactive stuff inside of it. And it'll be really fun to read with my kid with when he's old enough. I believe book 3 came out a couple of months ago, but I have not gotten that yet. Okay, another special edition that I have is The Secret Projects. I don't know how the light is reflecting off of it. I think it's gorgeous. It has the pink and the blue and the gold layers, and it also has like the shiny black layer, upside down painted. Oh, it's so beautiful. And with these beautiful end pages, colored at the top, and I believe depending, whoever's point of view it is, the colors swap. Like the lettering is in pink in that one, and it's in blue in that one. And then there's also full page illustrations throughout the book. The chapter headings are very nice depending on who is point of view it's in. The color changes as well. And then there's also some black and white images in here. There's just one page illustrations. In my opinion, these books were definitely worth the price. They are just beautiful. And I also got the ebooks and the audiobooks for these included in the price, which is something I think a lot more people should do. Ever since I was a kid, I've always said that, like, not the audiobook, because audiobooks do cost money to create, but the ebook does not cost any money to create. All you do is you format it once, like when you publish the book, and then you're done. Like, unless you're editing the book, you don't touch it again. So the ebook, to me, should be, like, free with, like, certain books, or at least not be priced as high as a lot of ebooks are priced. Trust of the Emerald Sea, which is gorgeous as well. Oh, look at that. Which this one is a lot like the last one, where it has the different colors, which costs money to do, to put different colors beside just black on your book. Full page illustrations, the page or the chapter heading. Oh, gorgeous. I didn't open my Frugal Wizards book, so I'm not going to open it here either. And I have not read The Sunlit Man yet, because I have to finish a couple of books before I get to that one. But Frugal Wizard has little line drawings all over the inside of the book that, like, tell another story. Because I read it through the ebook and the audiobook. I flipped through it, and it has, again, all the different stuff that the first 2 Secret Projects have. And then The Sunlit Man also has black sprayed edges. Those books I would definitely spend the money on to buy the special editions of, because they are just gorgeous. And you get the ebook and the audiobook as well, so you can have those just be beautiful. There are also just so many different companies that actually care about books that put out good book editions with, like, special stuff in them. So you really just have to do digging. Sometimes you'll get a special edition that you think will be good, but it's not worth the price. And sometimes you'll be surprised at, like, just how nice a book is. You just gotta do research. You have to decide what works best for your library, for your budget, and again, just, like, how much that book means to you. But yeah, those are some of my special editions. Tell me what your favorite special edition book that you own or have seen is. We'll see you guys later. Bye.